get the show started!
Marlon Moraes has announced his retirement from MMA. The former UFC title challenger is currently riding a 4-fight losing streak, with several being lopsided knockout losses. His last appearance in the cage was against Song Yadong last month, ending in a first-round stoppage. Following the fight, Moraes took his gloves off in the cage, leading many to speculate that his career was over. On Wednesday, Ali Abdelaziz, the longtime manager of Moraes at Dominance MMA, revealed the news to the Underground's John Morgan, as well as a statement from Moraes. I want to thank everyone, Sean Shelby, Hunter Campbell, Dana White, and the UFC for giving me so many opportunities. I want to thank my family, coaches, manager, and everybody who has been part of my career. I'm still going to be around MMA, helping young guys and my friends. I also want to say thank you to Mark Henry, Ricardo Almeida, Frankie Edgar, and Anderson França. The 33-year-old Moraes began his MMA journey with an April 2007 debut in his native Brazil. Across his 15-year career, Moraes has scored massive wins over top contenders such as Jose Aldo, Aljamain Sterling, Rafael Assunção, Jimmy Rivera, John Dodson, and Miguel Torres. The closest Moraes came to capturing the UFC bantamweight belt was in June of 2019 when he faced Henry Cejudo at UFC 238. After a fast start, Moraes eventually gassed out and lost the bout via third-round TKO. The former UFC featherweight champion, Jose Aldo, recently shifted his aim at reigning bantamweight champion, Aljamain Sterling. Recalling Sterling's promise to offer him the next shot at divisional gold, Aldo accepted the challenge. Now, in a recent post on Twitter, Aldo tried to insert himself into the bantamweight title picture. He called on UFC President Dana White to write up a contract and send it through to both parties before Sterling has the chance to change his mind. Here's the tweet. Aljamain Sterling, you said I would be next on merit, and I'm here accepting your challenge. Dana White, send me the contract soon before he changes his mind. Shortly after, Sterling responded by tweeting, Dana White, hey man, when are we having a sit down? We clearly have a lot to discuss. P.S. Go watch the first round again. You are wrong. At Oren Hodak, at Vayner Sports. What do you guys make of a potential matchup between Jose Aldo and Aljamain Sterling? Who would you favor to win this fight? Leave your thoughts in the comments section. Prior to UFC 273, Khamzat Chimaev hailed Jon Jones as his favorite fighter of all time and expressed his desire to train with him sometime in the future. The Chechen fighter also claimed that as long as Jones is fighting, no one can take that #1 pound-for-pound fighter spot from him. He even dismissed the rankings that state Kamaru Usman as the pound-for-pound best, claiming that Jones is indisputably the best. Recently, Bones was asked by a fan on Twitter about Chimaev's comments, and here's his response. The fan tweeted, "How quickly people forget, like Chimaev said, no one else can be #1 if Bones is still fighting." John replied with, "Very kind of him to say that, excited to prove his words true." Conor McGregor is back to sparring for the first time in almost a year. He recently posted pictures of his first sparring session since breaking his leg during his trilogy fight against Dustin Poirier last year. The pictures appear to be from the Crumlin Boxing Club, where the Notorious has recently been prepping for his comeback. Take a look at the pictures from McGregor's first sparring session on his way to a return. Khamzat Chimaev proved at UFC 273 that the hype behind him is all real, and there is no stopping his dedication to one day become the world champion no matter how wild the obstacles are. Despite the win, many fans weren't impressed by Khamzat's performance at UFC 273 and criticized the UFC star for not being as good as many experts claimed him to be. Speaking on SiriusXM Fight Nation 156, Anthony Smith discussed what he's learned from Chimaev's performance against Gilbert Burns and what he now thinks of a potential matchup between Khamzat and Israel Adesanya or Kamaru Usman. Here's the clip.
I also learned that is not a guy that is going to beat Israel Adesanya, and I think he's going to need a little more time before we start talking about him dominating Kamaru Usman. That was the last thing I took away from that. Like, okay, we got to remember that this guy's got like 10 fights. It was his 4th or 5th fight in the UFC. He's still growing. He's still developing. He's still young. Maybe we're putting too much, and some of it's him. He does talk.
He's been pro for less than 4 years.
Yeah, and he does do some of it himself, but he's talking like a pro who's been a pro for less than 4 years. Like, yeah, he's very confident in himself. He needs to be. That's part of some of the success is having a delusional belief in yourself. Yeah. So he absolutely has a delusional belief in himself, and that's okay. But I think maybe even us listening to him, maybe we fell for it a little bit too much and are putting too much on him. You know, they start talking about him versus Adesanya, and like, that's not a guy that I see standing in front of Israel for too long. It's maybe he gets takedowns, and then maybe that changes it. But before this, you used to heard people, oh, he's gonna go in there, he's gonna smash Burns, and then he's gonna beat Usman, and then he goes up and he beats Adesanya. We might have to fucking get on this air brake real quick and slow down that train a little bit.
Here are the top 3 MMA memes you guys posted on MMAmemes.com. In third place is a meme posted by user YoungNate209. Second place goes to Kitana. And the number 1 voted meme was posted by a user named StrongBro. If you want your meme to be included in our next video, go to MMAmemes.com and create your own meme. The top 3 memes will be placed at the end of our video. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel to keep up with the latest MMA news.